Hi, and welcome to my Tales of the Dead Part 5. In this one, I'm going to tell you about my, I consider it a very annoying habit or ability, or it just really annoys the fuck out of me, that I see people that other people don't see. This has happened throughout my entire life. The particular thing I want to talk about right now is in the 8th grade, there were a handful of us. And we were able to go to Savannah, Georgia. And the little group that I was with, there were 3 other girls. And we got to go to all these little historic places in historic Savannah and everything. And then, yay, we got to go to the Savannah Cemetery. I thought I had died and gone to heaven. No pun intended. And we were all walking around, you know, big group of us, entire school bus full of kids who mostly didn't know each other. And I have a feeling most everybody else was bored. A few people were creeped out. And me, I was just loving it, looking at all the tombstones that were so old, and so many of them looked like just beautiful sculptures. And there was, of course, the Spanish moss hanging from the trees, and very atmospheric, and I really was enjoying myself. Unfortunately, I didn't think to bring a camera with me on the trip because I didn't know we were going to a cemetery. So I don't have any pictures of those days. But while we were milling around this ginormous cemetery, I kept seeing this woman walking around. I was like, cool. Maybe she's visiting a loved one or whatever. And I didn't have a problem with it. But I began to realize that no matter where we went in the cemetery, she wasn't too far away. And I'm like, okay, this is a little odd. And so I mentioned to one of the people I was with, what do you think that woman's doing? And this person went, well, woman. And I said, never mind. I thought I saw some, never mind. As I'm still looking at the woman that no one else is seeing, tall, slender, in a pale yellow dress that was, you know, full length, long sleeved. It was then that it occurred to me that her dress was rather thin given the temperature. And I just kind of went, okie dokie, Jane is seeing people that aren't there again. That's nice. And so everybody else was moving on, and I'm still looking at this woman and thinking, why is it me? Why do I get to see these things? And as I was thinking that, she promptly and slowly walked right into one of the gorgeous, huge, live oak trees and promptly vanished. Now, to anyone else, that might have been the cause of an immense freakout. However, it was not even close to the first time something like that had ever happened to me. And even though it had happened before, that one is the one that really sticks out in my memory. save for one other, and this is because it happened this past year. Jim and I went to Athens in search of their cemeteries. We found 2 of them. One in particular was kind of weird to go to because they were in the process, for whatever reason, of digging people up. And I don't know if they were trying to restore the graveyards or if they were going to move them or what. But there were some empty crypts, and then there were some empty graves, and then there were some people still there. And Jim and I took some pictures, and then Jim got fascinated by this one grave that had an iron gate around it, and I let him do all his little photo bug stuff with it, and I was just milling around again. I think I should know better than to mill around in a cemetery by now, but apparently not. And I heard something, and there were bushes. It was on the edge of the cemetery, and so I went over there because I'm an idiot, and there was a little boy. Little boy. I mean, as little boy. Not see-through, not transparent. The yellow lady wasn't transparent until, of course, she walked into the tree. So I'm like, oh, are you lost? Because there was nobody else around. I'm like, are you lost? Are you okay? And the little boy looked up at me, and he was crying, but he wouldn't make any noise, but he was crying and wiping his face. And I said, have you lost your mommy? Do you need help? And he went, and then proceeded to take about 3 or 4 steps backwards, where he then disappeared into the bushes. At which point I said, Jim, it's time to go. And he said, why? We just got here. And I said, because I just had a conversation with a little boy that wasn't there. And I would like to leave now. It wasn't that it freaked me out. It wasn't that it was creepy. I wasn't afraid. I just don't particularly like to have interactions like that. Actually, it depresses the shit out of me. Particularly that one, because there was an actual intelligent response. The lady in yellow could have been energy memory, you know, I mean, it could just be a repetitious energy thing, like a movie on loop. But, you know, there was an interchange between me and the little boy who wasn't there. And I don't like that, because to me, it depresses the living shit out of me to think of any human soul, particularly a child, just kind of being stuck here. Not really alive, not really dead, just, you know, stuck and apparently lost. This little kid was lost and upset. And I'm like, nah, That's why I say it over and over and over again. Even with my experiences, I do not believe in human spirits that wander around lost between life and death, because that is my idea of hell. That is so fucking depressing. I don't want to believe it. I choose not to believe in it. Okay, fine, I choose not to believe in it. Then what do I call the things I've experienced? I don't know. I know that there are non-human entities, and who knows what they can do. Maybe they can appear human. I don't know. So, yeah, of the 3 of us doing these Tales of the Dead, I'm the one that doesn't believe in ghosts. Can't tell you what they are, but I can tell you that I do not believe in ghosts. And don't worry if I've just mind fucked you with that, because it happens to me all the time. Bye.